Hey class, it's another edition of Mr. Bryan's Academy. I'll try to be shorter this time, and I'll try to not take 15 minutes. Okay. Here's a schedule for that coming week. Remember, we have a quiz on Thursday. Okay, the objective today, students will be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide functions. And that's the part we're going to take care of today. And the second part of this video will be objective 2. Okay? But today we're just going to do the first one. All right, so adding, subtracting, multiplication, and division of functions has this notation, just to show you. Okay, so if you see f plus g, it means of x, it means you add the two functions together. Likewise for subtracting and the multiplication, it kind of looks like f and g are together. And then it's the same thing as if one function times the other function. Division is the same thing except for, well, I'll let you look at it. You can see that. Okay, let's do some examples, okay? This is the first function, f of x. Second function is g of x. They separate those by different letters so you don't get confused between them. So the first thing we do is add these two functions together. And I think it's relatively easy and straightforward to do this. Okay, so let me just show you really quick. Okay, so let's do A. All right, so adding the functions is really straightforward. Okay, I'm just gonna add these two together. And you don't even have to do anything, but you can just put them side by side. Okay, and then it's just combine like terms. Okay, so when you combine like terms, your final answer is 4x squared plus 9x plus 1. Okay, and I'll let you look at the like terms and see how to combine those. Now, the second part is a little bit trickier. You have to be very, very careful. Okay, so I'm doing part B. I'm subtracting the two functions together. So what I'd like to do is just go ahead and copy the first one down. Okay, put a minus sign, and then I would put a parentheses because you're subtracting the total function, not just part of it. So I just put it this way. Now you can distribute that negative right here. Okay, between both of these terms, and then combine like terms. So it's really simple. So I'm gonna copy down this function and distribute the negative, so it's negative 6x minus 2. Then you combine like terms, and I'll let you guys just kind of do that and figure out how I got these answers. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, that's the first example. Pretty easy. This is adding and subtracting functions. Okay. Here's a second example, and this is multiplying and dividing functions. So let's do the multiplication one, part A first. Okay, I'm going to do it down here because it could take a little bit more space. So an easy way to do this is to distribute. So I'm going to first show you what I mean. This is this. The first function, f of x, times the second function, 2x minus 3. Now, a way to do this, you could distribute this with this, or you could just multiply them all however you want to do it. FOIL. Everyone has a different method, but I like doing this. I like separating the 2x and the negative 3. It makes it a little bit easier. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to say 2x times this big thing, okay, minus 3x and that big thing. Okay, now we just distribute and then collect like terms. So we have 12x to the third minus 2x squared minus 24x minus 18x squared. I'm distributing the negative 3 now. And remember, the negative 3 is multiplied times everything. So that's a positive 3x and then a positive 36. Okay, now I'm just combining like terms. I combine like terms, and there's nothing but a 12x cubed. There's no other cube terms here, so I'm done with that one. I got two x squared terms, so I'm just going to combine those. That's negative 20x squared. Okay, now I'm looking at the x terms. I only have two of them. It's 24x plus negative 24x plus 3x. And that's negative 21x. And then finally, the last number there and is 36. Nothing to combine with that, so just put 36. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so I'm going to erase this and do the final one. And here's where I probably could learn to edit these and go faster, but I'm not sure how to do that yet, so I'm just going to erase this really, really quick. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to divide the first function with the second function. So the first thing you're going to do is just go ahead and copy these like this and then put a line here for division and then put the second one. I know you're probably getting nightmares now, flashbacks of rational functions, but this is kind of similar. What did I always say that you have to do when you get a trinomial divided by a binomial? Factor. Now I'm going to factor the 6x squared minus x minus 12x. I put the two brackets, and I'm going to try just on a whim that this is one of the factors. I'm guessing that because the bottom one is that. So I need 3x here to make 6x squared. Remember, so it's 2x times 3x. That gives me this first term, 6x squared. Okay, now what makes this last term? So what times negative 3 gives me negative 12? Well, that's going to be positive 4. So positive 4. And I'm just going to check and see if this will work. Okay. All right, so I'm looking and seeing if this will work. That does work because the first two terms give me 6x squared, sorry. The middle terms give me minus 9x. The last terms here give me plus 8x minus 12, and those two combine to be negative x. So that does work. Now, before I start canceling things and crossing things out and dividing things into each other, I have to first define where x is undefined, and it's right here, if whatever makes this 0. So what makes that bottom part 0? Let's do a quick equation. Set it equal to 0, and where x is equal to 2/3. It cannot be that it would be undefined here. So I need to clear that up. Okay, now I'm canceling. This divides into this, and that becomes 1, that becomes 1. So then your final answer here is going to be 3x plus 4. All right, did it in 5 minutes, so hope it didn't bore you guys too much with this. I'm going to go ahead and show you, there are some examples I'd like you to try. Try this example here, try these examples here, and remember to fill in that form I sent on Google Classroom and return it in for your homework. And if before you check your answer, stop the video here because in 1 second I'm going to show you the answers on the next page, okay? All right, so here are your answers, okay? Check and see if you got the same thing that these answers are, okay? And then come in ready tomorrow for your questions, and then we'll get started with some problems so we have some good practice, okay? Thank you guys for letting me do this. I'll try to get better and faster at these videos. And anyway, have a great night, you guys. Love you guys. See you. Bye.